How y'all feel? Cause I feel so awesome. How you feel? Awesome. I guess that awesome. You fine and your awesome. Wanna roll? Awesome. Let's go. Awesome. Yeah. Hands in the skyline. AWE. Some call me awesome. Some call me busy. Call me often. Gator on my shirt.
Greetings from San Antonio, Texas, everyone. The Spurs have a Western Conference contest on their hands. Going to take this one on here at the AT&T Center. Kevin Harlan here alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. 2K Sports welcomes you to our coverage of the NBA. And now the Lakers starting group. Artest and Powell in the forward slots. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. And it's Bynum in at the 5 spot. And for the Spurs, Jefferson, McDyess, and Duncan are the front court. Parker and Manu are the backcourt.
Well, such a disciplined team, the Spurs, and the core of their defensive plan is to force contested jump shots. No layups, no free throws. They just want teams to have to shoot from the outside.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. Parker dishes to Jefferson. McDyess. Gasol covering. Ginobili against Kobe. 4 on the clock. Tipped away. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. You talk about the Spurs forcing contested shots, Steve, from outside. One key, Clark, they didn't foul.
Yeah, and that's one of the keys to being able to, one, play effective defense, but also to be able to get into transition, because when you're not fouling, the rhythm and pace of the game has a way of finding its own level, and the Spurs very good at that. They challenge shots without fouling, but it also allowed them to be able to play this up-tempo game they wanted to play, too.
One of the great stories is last offseason, Popovich got his staff together. They took a lot of views of their own play from the year before. They looked at a lot of European tape, and they just thought, we got to play more of a European style. They didn't want the game to stop. Like you said, they want the game to continue to go and get in that rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. Big part of their success.
Shooting for Los Angeles. Pau Gasol. Shooting.
That free throw good from Gasol.
I thought Gasol got off to such a fast start last season, but he might have worn down as the season went on. He was asked to play big minutes, especially early when Andrew Bynum was out with the injury.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. He loves this matchup and believes this game presents them with a great chance for an offensive explosion. I think our strengths offensively could pose major problems for them. We'll find out, Kevin.
Okay, Doris, thanks. So Clark and Steve, they'll be focusing first and foremost on their offense today.
And I guess what they're thinking, guys, is if they can get going at that end of the floor, it'll carry over to the defensive end.
Well, that's generally the way it works. I mean, offense feeds your defense and vice versa. But if you can bring energy and score points early, that's going to be a huge help for this club today.
And it's the Spurs with the ball, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Fisher against Parker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That's on Derek Fisher. Then, of course, for Pau Gasol in the playoffs, a lot of disappointment with his play, Clark. A game, in fact, or 2 where he even got booed at the Staples Center.
Yeah, you never like to see that, but he clearly did struggle in the playoffs, and he's extremely gifted, but some have tended to try to question his mental toughness or killer instinct, and I quite honestly think it's unfair. He's got a disposition and demeanor that lends itself to that kind of criticism, but anytime you can perform the way he has, that's impressive. And it actually helps him, the fact that he's got a deferring type of personality, to be an ideal number 2 guy for the Lakers, with Kobe Bryant being the obvious lead dog there. So it's a good fit, I think.
That's interesting.
Well, you talk about that great front court depth for the Lakers, all that length, rebounding, their ability to really crash the glass. And they were actually the 5th best rebounding team in the NBA last year in terms of rebounding differential.
The 10-footer, and Kobe the bucket with the assist from Derek Fisher.
Tell you what, there's not much he can't do out there, guys.
San Antonio with the ball. They trail by 1. Steve, you were talking about that differential, 2.5 extra possessions in their favor because of it. And Clark, for the Lakers, already a very good team offensive. That rebounding advantage, those extra possessions, more often than not, lead to a basket.
Well, they've got such tremendous size. When you look at Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, you throw in Lamar Odom. I mean, those guys are long and really good rebounders at both ends, but particularly on the offensive glass. And, you know, anytime you get an offensive rebound, usually those defenders are scrambled, and you're going to be able to get a high-quality shot.
The jump hook, and that one's good by Kobe.
There's another smooth finish there, Kevin. I mean, he operates at such a high level when he's in close to the basket.
And McDyess backs in. Duncan commits the loose ball foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, team second.
The Lakers in the lead. Outside Gasol. Artest kicks to Gasol. He's covered by McDyess. He kicks to Kobe. Clock at 6. Over Ginobili. Rebound San Antonio. About 8.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
Moving the ball. Fisher, the pass to Bynum. Covered by Parker. The 3. And Kobe the bucket with the assist by Artest. That's 7 points for Kobe Bryant.
And right now, he can do no wrong. Everything's working for him this quarter.
Money shot. McDyess. Good. Here's Kobe. 7 points in the game. And here's Fisher. Back to Artest. Gasol, a screen on Jefferson. Parker against Fisher. He's picked up by Parker. With the clock winding down. And that one's good from Fisher. Here's Ginobili. About 7.5 minutes left in the first. Outside Jefferson. Parker kicks to McDyess. Gasol covering. 13 feet out. McDyess can't hit.
You know, Kevin, it turned out that Mike Brown was the man for the Lakers job, and he inherits an interesting team here in L.A. I mean, a lot of potential, but coming off a disappointing end to last season. Look at that dime. On time and on target.
Outside, Kobe. Passes to Fisher. He's picked up by Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Fisher, and there's another one for the Lakers. We're getting back to Brown for just a second. Clark, you're just talking about him. You know, Steve, he has big shoes to fill. Anytime you're trying to replace a legend like Phil Jackson, there's a lot in front of you there.
Yeah, it's one of the highest profile coaching positions in any sport in the world. But Mike Brown will be prepared. I mean, he had to deal with the circus around LeBron James in Cleveland over those years and did a nice job there. So I think Mike Brown is the right guy for the job.
Ginobili gets the bucket. Ginobili's got 7.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, the Lakers had another good regular season a year ago, and they were tough against the Western Conference opponents. They went 36-16 in their conference.
Work all day, work all night. At the end of the month, that money spent. Work it out, overtime. Hold down the house of a soldier grind.
making sure that check is signed. Next in line, yeah, do that work. Then you out throwing, dead end down, but you ain't about to. But that cat can't do it outdoor.
Checked in for San Antonio. The Lakers also changing it up. Matt Barnes is checked in for Artest, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Here's Blake. Right around 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Plenty of tough teams in the West and Steve in the East, like you were talking about, but really, Clark, when you canvass the landscape of the NBA, none tougher than the Lakers.
Well, you know, they've got that confidence-building championship hardware that you can't ever overestimate. They don't fear anybody, and actually, if anything, they've been known to look past the team now and again. But in the Western Conference, you better be ready to play each and every time you tie those shoes up. Well, a disappointing playoff performance last season for San Antonio. Of the big three, Manu Ginobili was the only one who managed to play well against the Grizzlies.
Taking 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Going back to Ginobili, he played well in the playoffs despite that hyperextended elbow. Steve, you remember that huge brace he wore?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it didn't get as much attention as what Rajon Rondo went through with his elbow injury, but Ginobili showing every bit as much as toughness as Rondo. I mean, that was impressive, and he was going at Tony Allen and vice versa in that series. A very, very physical confrontation between those two.
Here's Blake, covered by Parker. Backing down is Bryant. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Bynum. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Clock at 2. Over Duncan. The shot's good from Bynum.
Look at their scoring. Mid-range jumpers account for 6 of their last 10 points.
Well, defensively, they're doing a nice job of keeping them out of the paint, but you got to give them credit. They're knocking down shots.
Here is Splitter, guarded down by Andrew Bynum. Splitter dishes to Duncan. Post shot, and he zips to the basket and lays it in. Duncan's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Lakers trail. Blake passes to Barnes. Feeds it to Blake. He's picked up by Parker. Blake misses. San Antonio with the ball. Straight up. Blocked. And they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time.
He just lost track of where he was on the floor.
And so here is San Antonio. Ginobili draws the double. Here is Splitter. He's guarded by Bynum. Ginobili against Barnes. And it's blocked. And it's the Lakers' ball. They trail by 1. Here's Blake. And Bynum backing in. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. And the Lakers lead by 1.
Well, it's been back and forth. Really good battle here.
Yeah, real strong battle, guys. And it looks like it may come down to which team has the ball last as far as who wins.
Now here's Parker. Deep three-point range from beyond the arc and then some. Parker's got 5 now. And the Lakers call time here.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their head together. That's the goal.
And Splitter backs down. To stop the drought. The second effort. Blocked. The Lakers in the lead. Pushing it up. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Barnes against Jefferson. Barnes kicks it to Odom. He's covered by McDyess. Goes up the baseline. Good. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
Gotta love the inside-out game there, guys.
And here's Neal outside. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Lakers on top, up 4.
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, and the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
And it's more NBA action coming your way here on 2K Sports. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Here's Odom. Still looking to get on the scoreboard.
Well, guys, it was the best start in franchise history for the Spurs last season. They got to 40 wins before the end of January. That was a team first, and finished with the second best record in the league, 61 wins.
So with Duncan sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Gary Neal is out there with Tony Parker. Then there's Ginobili. Then there's Blair, and it's McDyess in at the 4-man position. So, Steve, a team you used to play for, the Spurs, essentially a 50-win team for the last 13 seasons, including when you played for them, but they may be nearing the end of their championship window. At least some people think that. How about you?
Well, even Tony Parker said over the summer that he didn't think the Spurs could win a championship anymore. So what a run it's been. 50-win seasons, 13 times in a row. Just incredible. They'll still be very competitive, but this is not a championship team any longer.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, a rare early exit from the playoffs by the Los Angeles Lakers spurred some talk that perhaps they might blow up their core, and specifically their post players. But General Manager Mitch Kupchak said that wasn't the case and stressed the importance of big, saying talented big players are always at a premium. Guys, doesn't look like those players are going anywhere anytime soon. Back to you.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
The Lakers went out on a bad note, but I agree with the decision to not blow up the roster. Keep it together for a bit.
Well, I kind of like it, guys, that they didn't make major moves. I mean, remember, this is an extremely talented team. They were probably very tired from their championship runs 3 years in a row. So I think it makes sense. Let them recharge their batteries, come back together, and see if they can make another run this year.
Outside Odom. On the wing, and again it's the Lakers.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double him. I mean, I don't think there's another option.
Parker dishes to Blair. Bynum on him. Bynum against Blair. Goes up. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
Now here's Odom, looking for his first bucket of the game. Oh, and trying for it, and stolen by Blair.
Boy, that was a great steal, prevented what may have been an easy hoop.
Deflected. It's stolen by Odom. Artest the pass to Brown. Over Ginobili. And Shannon Brown, the bucket on the assist by Artest. Here's Parker. He's got 9.
I thought Shannon Brown made so much improvement last season, guys. He scored well, and he worked really hard to improve his weaknesses, which were his ball handling and his outside shooting, so he became much more of a complete player.
Here's Neal. 7-point differential. Nice shot by Ginobili.
He is not the guy you want to leave open behind the arc, guys. I mean, come on, you got to understand who you're defending. Steve, I agree with you in terms of Shannon Brown's improvement, how hard he worked on those weak areas, handling the ball better, working more on his shot. I mean, the physical gifts were always there. Strong, tremendously athletic. I give him a lot of credit for working to make the most of that natural ability that he has.
He had no luck from the three-point line earlier, so maybe this one will give him some momentum.
Parker against Fisher. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Guarded now by Lamar Odom. It's Ginobili, and it's San Antonio with another.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
Fisher with the ball. He's got 9. Ripped away.
Boy, you got to love that kind of anticipatory defense.
Ginobili lays it in off the breakaway. Now it's just a 3-point Laker lead. 3-point lead. And Fisher kicks it to Odom. He's covered by McDyess. Odom down low. McDyess is there. Fisher dishes to Brown. Picked up by Ginobili. The 3 is launched. Shot is off. Now San Antonio the other way. Here's Neal. And there's the pass to Parker. Blair backing down. Parker against Fisher. Lets the 3 fly. Parker's shot is off. Lakers leading by 3. Now Artest. And here is Parker. He's got 9. McDyess with the ball. Ginobili outside. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And here are the Lakers. It's a 3-point game. Goes up on the wing. Shot by Odom, no good.
And not really the guy you want taking that shot there.
Leans inside. Parker's shot is off. And the Lakers have possession. 3-point lead. Outside Odom. Artest the pass to Bynum. And stolen by Blair.
And look at how quickly he got his hands in the way of that pass.
He's covered by Fisher. Here's Neal. And it's sent back by Bynum. Lakers leading by 3. To end the drought. That's good. Fisher's... He's checked in for McDyess. Splitter comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Jefferson in for Gary Neal. The Lakers also changing it up. Pau Gasol's checked in for Bynum. Barnes comes in for Lamar Odom. And Kobe is subbed in for Shannon Brown. Spurs trail by 5. Steve just talked about Odom as a winger. That seems to be the role he's much more comfortable with, too.
Yeah, I think he likes just being a basketball player. He doesn't have the pressure to score night in and night out at a frantic pace, which I think helps him and his team because he can be a little streaky in that regard. But the role he has as being a basketball player with versatility that can do a lot of things, that's what he's best suited for.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Here's Parker. He's got 9. Duncan with a screen on Fisher. Parker kicks to Duncan. Gasol covering. A second chance effort. Banks that one in. 6 points for Duncan. Here's Fisher. 11 points in the game.
You look at the Lakers versus the Spurs. I mean, the two dominant teams of the past decade or so, really. I mean, since '99, these two teams have combined for 9 titles. And their rivalry, really one of the preeminent ones the last decade plus in the NBA.
Yeah, don't give up anything for free. I like that. Send him to the line.
Yeah, they don't want to sit back and watch you lay it in. I mean, make them earn it. Make them earn it. Don't give up anything easy.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, you talk about the Spurs and the Lakers rivalry. From 99 to 2008, they faced off in the playoffs 6 times. Steve, that's a nice, long stretch of terrific players and wonderful plays.
Yeah, I was a part of a few of those series, Kevin. There were some classics in there. Spurs won 2 in 99 and 2003. Lakers won 4. And when you have two great teams like that over a long period of time in the same conference, they're bound to butt heads in the playoffs. That's exactly what happened.
Now, here's Blair. And Splitter backs down. Count it.
Splitter with the shot.
Here's Kobe. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Guys, Kobe Bryant becomes the youngest player in NBA history to score 27,000 points, edging out Wilt Chamberlain, and one of just a list of NBA records to his name. When asked about the records, he said, "I don't know about them until they come up. When I'm older and I'm like 70 years old or something like that, maybe then I'll get a little more sentimental. But right now, I just want to win." Guys, if you think Kobe Bryant is done with that, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks.
How skilled is Pau Gasol? Not only is he 7 feet, but he's mobile, got long arms, big hands, great ability to score inside, and can also step away and knock down a 17-footer.
And the Spurs making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. Both free throws good from Gasol. When you talk about Pau Gasol offensive, he's also a very creative finisher, I think, too, around the basket.
Huge hands. He can palm the ball off the dribble. He can go up one-handed. He's got great length. He can get the ball above defenders where they can't get to it.
And Blair gets it to go. Here's Kobe. He's got 9. And Artest backs down in low. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Artest's got 5 points in the quarter.
He is really having a good quarter, a strong quarter, an efficient quarter, doing a lot of positive things out there.
Jefferson covered by Barnes. Blair dishes to Parker. Shot clock at 6. It's Ginobili outside, and that one's good. Ginobili's got 19 points.
Starting to build a head of steam here. He had a good first quarter, but it's been even better here in the second.
Timeout called the Lakers.
I'll tell you what, one of the reasons the Spurs finished last year with the best record in the Western Conference was the play of Tony Parker. He was really the key part of that offense. He made a point of pushing the ball and scoring more in transition. And, of course, Tony Parker, one of the fastest players in the NBA.
Simons checked in for the Lakers. Blake comes in for Derek Fisher. Here's Blake. He feeds it to Kobe. Outside Gasol. Keep talking about Parker. Duncan alone, Clark, isn't enough to get the best record in the West, best record in the NBA. You need a second star, and Parker was that.
Well, Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, they kind of team up together to be the other superstar to go alongside Duncan, and I think they're really underrated. I mean, in terms of what they're able to produce on a nightly basis and the kind of pressure they put on the other team's defense. You know, guys, the Spurs played great basketball against their Western Conference foes. I mean, they went 38-14 against the West.
Both free throws good from Gasol. Steve, when you look at the Spurs' regular season dominance a season ago, what was the key in your mind?
I thought it was Greg Popovich's style. I mean, he decided to go away from that traditional inside-out game. They got much faster as a team. They played a higher pace. And Pop knew they had to take advantage of their scoring and to cover up for the fact that they're no longer one of the most talented.
Friday, let's get you to the HP Halftime Report. The Lakers came out with a full head of steam. Offensively, they've been unstoppable, getting everything they want. Derek Fisher's been coming up big. He's got 11 points and also sharing it around with a few assists. And on the other side, San Antonio just keeps scrapping. Running and gunning out there, that's what fans love to see. Manu Ginobili's been on a roll here in the first half. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. Some great basketball in today's game from these two. They've carried the scoring load so far. And that'll wrap it up here. Now, back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
The microphone, so it's Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like slam dunks, take me to the hoop. A favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll.
Here's Kobe. It's a 10-point game. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Lakers 5 right now. Kobe and Artest are the wingmen. Howe and Bynum filling up the middle. And it's Fisher in at the point.
And they're struggling a little bit on the glass. They've got to pick up their physical play in the paint.
Yeah, it's about being tougher and more physical, just as you said, Steve. If they can do that better, they've got a chance to come back.
Now here's Duncan. 6 to shoot. Over to Saul. Duncan with the bucket. Duncan's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Spurs. And here's Kobe outside Gasol. Pass to Fisher. He's picked up by Parker. Backing down is Bryant. Over Jefferson. Kobe gets the bucket. Kobe's got 11 points. Here's Ginobili. Picked up by Kobe. Kobe against Ginobili. No luck.
And I think one of the reasons the Spurs had such a great season a year ago is that Manu Ginobili was ready right out of the gates. He exploded and helped the Spurs off to that incredibly hot start.
Now here's Kobe. Manu Ginobili unable to get his shot to go. Kobe kicks to Fisher. Lock at 6. He's picked up by Parker. From the corner. Offensive rebound. Artest. Fisher with the ball. He's got 11. Back to Artest. Picked up by Ginobili. Stolen by Ginobili. It's one-on-one. He goes up, and that one's good. Parker's got 11.
You know, Kevin, that's just him doing his thing. I mean, that's who he is, launching himself at the basket. I mean, he thrust himself at the basket. He's an angry driver and attacker of the rim.
Here's Fisher. Kobe covered by Duncan. 6 on the shot clock. Gets the bucket. And that's 13 points for Kobe Bryant. And Steve, Manu Ginobili stayed healthy almost all the regular season. Started to leave behind his ankle issues, which could really cost him, I think, some valuable time earlier in his career.
It really did. And even after a hyperextended elbow that cost him a game in the playoffs, he was the best Spur in that first-round series against the Grizzlies. So, in all, I think a pretty healthy season for Manu.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Boy, it really had to be deflating for the Spurs after winning 61 games in the regular season to be bounced out of the playoffs by the Grizzlies in the first round. It raised some interesting and difficult questions for them moving forward.
Duncan, and it's sent back by Bynum.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
Gasol dishes to Artest. Bynum up top. Here's Fisher. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Parker against Gasol, but they recover it. Here's Duncan, and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. That one is on Artest.
Checking out the game Tim Duncan is having. He's got 8 points, and he's got 1 rejection in there also.
Now, good, solid interior defense is so important. I mean, championship teams have to play defense inside, and I think having shot blocking is just critical to being a successful NBA team.
The free throw drops for Duncan.
I think it's a good question to ask. For Tim Duncan, has the window for another title closed? I mean, you look at that first-round series against the Grizzlies, and it might have closed.
And Duncan drops them both. Interesting, Clark, on your observations on Tim Duncan. He's still one of the better big men in the league, but the Spurs got wiped out in the first round by Memphis. And you know what? He's not getting any younger. So, Steve, do you think his window, like Clark says, has perhaps closed a little bit here?
I do, unfortunately. You know, I love Tim Duncan, teammate of mine and a fantastic leader and human being. But, you look at the Spurs, even though they can still win a lot of games, it's tough to see them winning 4 straight playoff series in the NBA playoffs, given their collective age. And I just don't think they're going to win another title with the current crop that they have.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass. And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. When you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Now, here is Artest. And here's Kobe for 3. The shot is off. Spurs trail by 8. Now here's Parker. He's got 11. Defended by Gasol. A step-back shot here. And that one's good. Parker's got 4 this quarter.
He worked his way around the bigger man and found the hoop. Great play.
Yeah, really nice play. Wasn't bothered at all.
Ginobili against Kobe. Buries the easy one. Kobe's got 15.
You can't fault what he's been doing out there. Some really impressive shooting.
Parker passes to Duncan. There's the dish to Ginobili. Picked up by Kobe. Outside Jefferson. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in him.
Backing down is Bryant. Guarded now by Duncan. A look from Artest. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got 3 assists now in this one. Spurs trail by 7. Parker kicks to Jefferson. McDice. Now Parker. 13 points in the game. Here's Duncan. Blocked. Here's Fisher. He's picked up by Parker. And here's Fisher. Open look. Again, the miss by Kobe.
Well, not a bad effort there.
He'll usually knock that one down.
Leans. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you look at the Spurs and you wonder how have they been so dominant these years. And it helps when you get a guy like Tony Parker with the 28th pick in the draft, a guy who's been an all-star a few times.
And the first one drops. Clark, you mentioned Parker's draft. He did fly under the radar, but that San Antonio team, Steve, once again uncovering a gem.
Well, not a lot of guards had found success since coming over from Europe. More big men, if you look at history. But Parker really was one of the few exceptions. I mean, he came over here and immediately started for the Spurs and has been an all-star caliber player ever since.
Gasol backing down. From deep. San Antonio with the rebound. Here's Duncan. And he banks in the layup. Duncan's got 12. Here's Kobe. He's got 15. Kicks to Fisher. Outside Odom. Here's Artest. That doesn't go either for Artest. Spurs trail by 4. Parker with it. He's got 14. Dishes it to Splitter.
All the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who scores.
Now here's Duncan. He's got 12. Shot clock at 6. Jefferson against Artest. Jefferson's shot is off.
Well, one of the things that has made the Lakers so good is their depth and their balance. In fact, last year, defensively, they had the 5th lowest field goal percentage defense in the league, under 44% for their opponents.
Lakers leading by 5. Outside Odom. Defended by Jefferson. The shot by Odom, no good. And for the Lakers, Clark, that big front court, a big part why they're so tough defensively. Steve just said a percentage defensively under 44%.
Well, length is hard to score over. I mean, they've got some tough defenders up and down the roster, really, and they play a physical style. I mean, you think about a guy like Matt Barnes, Ron Artest. Kobe is a killer defensively when he's locked in. And then they're all experienced, too. I mean, that adds to that defensive prowess as well.
Backing down. And Fisher kicks to Artest. He kicks it to Gasol. Knocked loose.
Excellent steal that time. Pesky defensive play on his part.
Now here's Parker. 14 points for him. Back to Jefferson for the tie. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Fisher dishes to Odom. That's good, and the assist goes to Fisher. Fisher's got 3 assists in the game. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
Spurs with some changes. Dewan Blair, he's checked in for Splitter. McDyess comes in for Richard Jefferson. And it's Ginobili in for Tony Parker. The Lakers also making some changes. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Artest. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Here's Ginobili. He's got 19. Passes it to Neal. Blair backing down. It's Ginobili outside. Rebounded by the Lakers. Blake's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Gasol with it. McDyess on him. A nice shot by Gasol. And it's a 7-point Laker lead.
How often have we seen him, Kevin, create wide open chances for himself like that?
Ginobili outside. Feeds it to Duncan. Bynum on him. Unloads.
I think he's just got to compose himself, gather himself. He may be trying a little too hard out there. Let it flow. Let it happen. Don't force it.
Gasol passes to Kobe. He dishes it to Blake. Pocket 6 over McDyess. And again, it's the Lakers.
Boy, they're showing some confidence here.
Yeah, they are. A lot of confidence, guys. I mean, starting to pull away, too.
Kobe against Ginobili.
And, you know, the Spurs decided prior to last season that their best chance to be successful was to go up tempo. They knew they didn't have the inside play that they did in past years, so they played a very fast pace and used their three-point shooting to their advantage.
First one falls for him.
What a game for Ginobili. He has 20 points, and he's nailed 3 from long range. That's 9 points from deep.
Well, I like that he's not hesitating to pull the trigger. I mean, if he's got room, he's going to take the shot. He's putting some fear in this defense.
Both free throws good from Ginobili. Here's Blake. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Kobe. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Ginobili. We talk about the Spurs game planning for the Lakers, Steve. I guess you want to spread the floor against that big front line of Los Angeles, and of course a major quickness advantage at the point guard for San Antonio.
Well, you try to play to your strengths, Kevin, and basically Tony Parker looked to attack in transition. I mean, even when the numbers were against him, he's so good at putting defenses on their heels. The other players ran to the three-point line, and if Parker got bottled up, he had a kick out. If the ball wasn't stopped, he slithered his way to the basket.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Now Kobe Bryant still chasing that 6th ring. If he ends up getting it, he would tie Michael Jordan. And of course, Michael was always a tremendous inspiration for Kobe Bryant.
Here's Ginobili. And Andrew Bynum pulls it down. Bynum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. From 20 feet out. And Kobe gets it to go. Kobe's got 9 points now in just the second half. Stevie mentioned Kobe still working toward those 6 rings. He's got 5 right now. But Kobe said, Clark, that, tying Jordan wasn't his motivation.
You believe that?
Well, I do think he wanted to help Phil Jackson go out on the right way.
Yep.
And that, of course, didn't work out.
No, it did not work out. But I think it was a combination of factors. One, he obviously wants to do it because he wants to do it. But I don't think the Jordan piece is out of the equation and being one of the inspiring factors for trying to grab that 6th one. And, I mean, quite honestly, he's shown that he wants to try to win it every year.
Well, he's always compared to Jordan. I mean, why wouldn't that just be a natural feeling anyway? You can't fault him for it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Steve White. Shooting one.
And the technical free throw is good. Here's Blake. 10 points for him. Now Bynum. Just 5 on the clock. Ginobili knocks it loose. Here's Neal. Ginobili outside. Open look. That one wide left. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the 3rd quarter. Both teams putting up points. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, the points have really come in bunches for him so far, and not really a surprise because you know exactly what he can do.
Well, he's been in the groove all game long, Steve, and not too many hiccups in regards to his shooting, but we also have come to expect this from him, so we're not surprised by it.
Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has a report for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Lakers that garners the Sprite Spark today. It seems they went into the locker room and came out with some answers because their defense has been airtight in this last half. The whole atmosphere of the game changed with their lockdown defense. Let's see if it continues.
Thank you, Doris. Everything really clicked for them, Clark, during that run.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it ignited them offensively.
To the point, Clark, where they were really in complete control at that end of the floor.
So with Duncan sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Manu and Jefferson on the wings. Matt Bonner is out there with Blair. And it's Neal in at the point. Here's Ginobili.
Here come the Spurs!
Back to Jefferson. There's a screen. Bonner moving the ball well. Guarded now by Andrew Bynum. And Matt Bonner good for 3.
Boy, such a great touch, and with his size, I mean, he can go anywhere he wants offensively.
The pass to Bynum. And there's another one for the Lakers. Here's Neal. Guarded by Blake. The 3, and again it's San Antonio with a 3.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing them. I think they've got to find a way to chase them off the three-point line.
Now here's Odom. He feeds it to Artest. He passes to Bynum. Fires it up. Spurs trail by 6. Takes it up. Ginobili. That's good. Ginobili's got 23.
He's so graceful around the rim. Sometimes you forget how strong he is.
Jefferson against Odom. Jefferson picks him up. 18 feet away. Tries again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Take a look at what Ron Artest has done. He has 12 points, and the 3 ball's been there for him, too. He's hit 2 from out there.
Now, you know the three-pointer gives any player an added dimension to his game that will almost always lead to more responsibility at the offensive end.
That's good from Artest.
Well, I thought last season was a tough one for Ron Artest. I mean, he struggled with his shot. Even his defense was a little subpar and not as consistent as we've seen in the past.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And Clark, for Artest last season, as he struggled, some of the coaches' critiques played out in the media. Steve, I don't think Ron appreciated that very much.
No, there was even a rumor that he might have wanted a trade prior to the All-Star break. But, fortunately for L.A. and for Artest, he started to play much better after the All-Star break. He got more consistent and finished strong. And, he's still a guy who can help the Lakers just with his physical play and his toughness.
Here's Blake. He's covered by Ginobili. Brown kicks to Blake. Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And the Spurs with some changes. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Blair. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Gary Neal. Pau Gasol's checked in for the Lakers. Spurs trail by 6. Here's Parker. Here's Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Boy, these threes are picking them apart. I mean, 4 out of the last 5 shots against them, all uncontested, and all are threes.
Yeah, the defense just looks uninterested right now. I mean, they're not making the effort to challenge these shots.
From 20 feet out, and the Lakers with another miss. And it's the Spurs with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Artest.
He's been efficient, though, offensively for the most part. That's only his first turnover for the game.
And Gasol gets it to go.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. I mean, you'd like to see that every time down the floor.
And here is Parker. The feed to bottom. 6 to shoot. Parker with it. From deep. They get the rebound. Outside, Green. That's tipped and taken away by Brown.
So now that's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnovers.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over, you lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
Now here's Brown. Blake, that's for 2. A strong effort on the rebound, nets the second chance points. Now it's a 7-point Laker lead. Here's Parker. Duncan outside. Back to Parker. Guarded by Blake. Parker right side. Shot clock at 5. San Antonio again missing. Now Blake. Now Green defending. And Parker comes with the help. A look from Artest. No luck. Well, the Spurs will take it the other way. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at them.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense. And now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
Now, here's Green. The dish to Bonner. Picked up by Artest. With 1 on the clock. Goes back up. Duncan misses.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
And the basket good. And the Lakers lead by 9. Here's Parker. Duncan. Gasol covering. Lock at 6. Jefferson against Artest. Jefferson got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Here's Blake. Brown outside. Odom backing down. Artest against Jefferson. Artest kicks it to Odom. Over Duncan. Another shot. Artest. Good. Artest's got 8 here in the quarter. Here is Parker. Duncan against Odom. Easy shot. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 4 assists in the game. Lakers leading by 7. Brown dishes to Gasol. And again, it's the Lakers. Here's Parker.
Here come the Spurs!
Duncan outside. He tries for 3. That doesn't go either for Duncan.
Well contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
Now here's Odom. Pulls it up. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Well, you hate to see a guy suffer through a game like this, but his team is winning.
Now here's Parker. Guarded by Blake. And that one's good. Parker.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
Here's Brown. Guarded by Green. Outside Gasol. Left side Gasol. 6 on the shot clock.
I got it! I got it!
Blake misses. Spurs trail by 9. Blake with the steal.
They find themselves in a pretty good-sized hole here, and it's mostly because of their sloppy play with the basketball.
Kind of strange. They can't seem to find a grip on the ball, Clark. They're just giving up a lot of easy plays.
Here's Blake. Back to Gasol. Elbow shot is on the way. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter. Here comes Tony Parker. And in.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
another one for the Lakers.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trailed by 8. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He said, guys, you've battled entirely too hard all game to put us in this position. If we go out there and execute like we're capable, there's no way they're taking this game from us.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Bynum on him. Fisher against Parker. He's covered by Fisher. And again, it's Tony Parker. Parker's got 22 points. 1:12 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Fisher. Covered by Parker. 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. And Kobe the bucket with the assist by Gasol. And the Lakers lead by 8. Now here's Parker. Ginobili right side. Pass to Duncan. Gasol with the steal. Here are the Lakers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Fisher, he's covered by McDyess. Here's Fisher. 6 to shoot. Pass to Kobe. Covered by Parker. The jump hook. Can't get it to go. Good D by Parker.
That's going to do it. I don't think they have enough time here now.
This one's in the books. You know, his reputation is such that you'd be surprised with him missing any layup opportunity.
Here's Fisher. And so the Lakers take the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Ron Artest.